Hey guys, so it is Saturday, which means I have a few hours to kill. So I am going to do some reaction videos today. I did Amy's life journey a couple of days ago, so now I'm going to do Jen's videos. She only has two, so that I haven't done. So this one is called Getting It Done. So it looks like it's her working out and like walking and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see it and do my reaction. It's 17 minutes long, so it's not too bad. I prefer them around 15-20 minutes. Just makes it a little easier on me. But yeah, I wanted to do my reaction, and I appreciate your guys' comments, by the way. I'm going to have this black background for a little bit, and then I'm going to try a gray one to kind of see if it offsets it a little bit. I'm learning how to use my editing software, so eventually I'll learn how to like fix the lighting and that sort of thing. But for now, I'm doing the most basic that I can, and especially because I'm doing so many, it just makes it a little easier. But let's get started with this video.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome to you as well. I have a lot of new subscribers, and I want to thank you guys for joining me on my journey for weight loss.
She tends to speak very softly, so I'm just making sure my volume was up.
I've been on this journey for a long time. If you go back through my order videos, I've been trying this again and again and again, and I keep messing up, but I keep trying. And I think that's the most important part is no matter how many times you fall off, you have to get back up and keep trying.
Yep.
I think the only time that you fail, you truly fail, is when you stop trying.
Yep.
And I won't stop trying.
That is definitely my motto. You only fail when you stop trying, and it's true. I absolutely agree.
So as you can probably tell, I have a new setting for this video. This isn't going to be a permanent setting. This is just a lounge in my apartment building.
Yeah.
It is actually like 2:30 in the morning, and I can't sleep, and Gene is asleep. So I decided that instead of bothering him or waiting till later to make this video, I would just grab my camera and my tripod and come downstairs and film this video. I have most of the other clips made, and this is just kind of like the talky fill-in part of the video to tell you guys a few things and kind of explain what the clips you're going to see.
I'm going to set the speed on this a little bit higher. I'm going to try it at 1.25 just to speed it up a little.
Alright, so I really haven't posted that much stuff on my channel recently this time about my weight loss or my weight loss attempts. A lot of you know that I am doing keto, and I guess the reason why I haven't posted too much yet is because the first few days, the transitional phase that I go through when I start eating better, stop eating junk food, it's pretty tough for me.
Oh yeah, that's usually the hardest part. The getting started's not so bad, but once you do it and you go a day or two and your body's like, wait, you're taking all this away from me? What are you doing? And then it wants to fight back, and I get it, and the cravings actually get worse, and anyone who's gone through any kind of withdrawal from any kind of addiction knows that feeling. And I know a lot of people hate comparing food addiction to alcohol and drug, and while they're different in certain ways, they are similar in certain ways too. They affect the brain in similar ways, and so, sugar's still a drug, if you think about it, but yeah, that can be a pain.
Over the weekend, it was really tough. I had a couple days where I had absolutely no energy, but now my energy is picking back up, and I'm feeling a lot better. So during that time, I just decided to kind of lay low. I put out a couple videos during that time, but I'm going to try to start doing daily videos again, and doing daily weigh-ins as well. So recently, Keto Diamond and I have been chatting, and she has always been a really awesome inspiration for me. If you haven't checked her out, you should definitely do so. I'm going to leave a link to her channel in the description below. But she was the one who encouraged me, not necessarily, she didn't even know me or know that she encouraged me, but she did. A lot of people had suggested that I try keto in the very beginning, back in the summertime, and even before that. But I was always hesitant to do so partly because I didn't understand it, and partly because I was afraid of giving up the carbs, because I am totally a carb addict. But I stumbled upon her video one day, and then I watched some of her videos. I went to her website. I'll also leave a link in the description below for her website where she tells you everything you need to know about starting keto. Simple, nothing fancy, nothing hard. It's just all straightforward information.
Yeah, Jen's the reason I know who Keto Diamond is. I think I've watched one of her videos. Um, I mean, I think it's the great thing about social media and, in general is that you can find out a lot about a lot. So even when you don't know where to start, just research it. That's the best way to do it. Um, I know Amy was saying a lot. Like, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I'm like, if it's something you want to do, then you can find everything you need to know. There's a beginner's guide for everything. So, yeah. But from what I can remember, Keto Diamond is knowledgeable. Of course, she's been doing it a while, but
And it's not expensive food. It's not things that you have to necessarily go out and buy. You can start with whatever you have in your kitchen that is obviously not a carb. But she is an amazing inspiration. She lost, the last I had checked, over 140 pounds on keto, and she looks amazing, is doing so well. So definitely check her out. But anyhow, she and I have been chatting, and she had mentioned that she would love to do a collab with me as well. And that just kind of like tickled me because she's my inspiration, and I would love to do a collab with her. So I messaged her the other day, and I was like, hey, are you still willing to do that collab with me? And she said she was. So what we decided that we're going to do, now my part of the collab won't start until tomorrow, because that is my weigh-in day. I had initially committed to weighing every Wednesday, but I've changed it to I decided to weigh every day. When I was weighing daily a few months ago, that really kept me on track, and it kept me accountable for what I was eating and how I was doing.
which that can make sense to an extent because I weigh myself Monday morning, and then I post my videos on my weight loss channel Monday, usually Monday evening, depending. But because I have a whole week, I'm like, well, okay, I didn't do too well today, but I'll do better tomorrow. As long as my weight goes down, I'm good, But if you're doing it every day, you can't really. There's no margin of error. So I mean, it can be good if done correctly, but you just have to be really careful with weighing yourself every day. Because if you don't see a weight loss, in any like amount, or you see a weight gain, which does happen for many reasons, that can be discouraging. So as long as you understand that, you should be fine.
Because when I don't post my weight, it's easy to slip up. It's easy to hide things that I'm not willing to admit to eating. And then if nobody sees the scale move up, then of course I don't have to admit it. Now, we all know that there are going to be days where your weight fluctuates. That's normal for anyone, whether you are 500 pounds or 100 pounds, people's weight fluctuates. So I'm not talking about a couple tenths of a pound or even a pound, but it's easy for me to hide.
Oh, give it a second. Let the little bar go a little bit. While I'm waiting for it to finish loading a little bit, yeah, she's basically saying what I was saying. So it's good. It seems that she does understand that, and that's nice. And I mean, she's done it before, and she was doing such a good job. That's why I'm glad she's getting back to it, because I was so proud of her. She was definitely an inspiration for me, because I know how she struggled, and I would watch her, lose weight through keto, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. And she was progressing and progressing, and then she says around October it kind of just stalled, and then she went, backwards basically and started gaining weight. But I'm just happy to see that she didn't let it get to the point where she gained more than when she started, that she's starting now where she still lost weight from it, and that she can continue losing. So I'm very proud of her.
A few pounds because I've eaten poorly, rather than just be honest this way. Posting my weight, posting when I eat, will keep me accountable for that. So that is going to start on Wednesday. So you'll see everything I eat and my weigh-in, and we'll go from there with that. I'm really excited to do this. I need this in my life. I need the accountability. Of course, I spoke with my therapist, and she is totally on board with this. I've also spoken with my doctor about doing keto. My doctor is totally for keto.
Yeah, and see, I like the fact that she does have a therapist, and that she does consult her doctor. She's not doing this all just on a whim. And I think that's really important. You need to make sure that whatever you're doing is healthy for you. Just because keto works for one person doesn't mean it's good for you. You have to make sure that depending on whatever you might have, if you are diabetic, if you are, if you have high blood pressure, if you have whatever, that whatever, and I say diet in quotes because, it's a new way of eating. So whatever new way of eating you choose to do needs to be healthy for you. But yeah, I'm glad she's at least doing it the right way.
I've mentioned this in the comments as well. My doctor, one of the doctors that is in the practice with her, used keto, lost all the weight he needed to, and then transitioned back into a healthier style of eating that included carbs. So, lower carbs. So, everybody that I've spoke with, the professionals in my life, they are totally on board with it. And of course, if something changes, or if it doesn't work, or I feel that it's not working, or if it's something that I don't like anymore, or I have a problem with it, I'll definitely reevaluate. But this is my course of action right now. This is what I plan on doing, and this is what I'm going to stick with. So, without further ado, I'm going to insert the clips here of what I ate yesterday. I get confused because I am taping this. It's technically Tuesday while I'm taping this, so I guess yesterday, which is Monday. You're going to see everything I ate. I made an amazing new crock-pot meal. It's called, and I'm pretty sure this is the name of it, keto crock chicken, and it was amazing. I'll show you in the video.
Okay, so I was given a crock pot and I have never used it, so I may have to look that up and make that for myself, because that sounds delicious and I love chicken. And I actually bought chicken that I have yet to cook. I went shopping and I bought, like fish and chicken and vegetables and stuff, just so that I could start my healthier eating a little better. This morning I had my eggs with salsa. I didn't really eat all of it because I wasn't all that hungry, but I knew I needed to eat something. But yeah, that sounds really good. Depending on what's in it, sounds good.
My clips, what I ate, that recipe, how I made it, and then on each clip you'll see the number of calories and carbs that I consumed with that meal, and then at the very last clip I'll show you the total for the day, and then you can go watch that, and I'll be right back in a minute. Okay, it's 10:43 a.m. on Monday morning. I've been up since 6 a.m., but I had coffee and spent some time with some people, hanging out with some.
I really like the, I guess those are glass, it looks like it, the containers that she has right there. I like those. I'm gonna have to get some of those. I like that they're separated because you can put like your meat and then your vegetables, which is nice.
Friends, and now I'm going to start dinner for tonight. I'm making, I think it's called keto crock chicken. I'm not completely sure.
Everything here looks
I'm going to be putting it in my handy dandy little crock pot here. Thank you to my neighbor for loaning it to me because mine broke. So I'm going to put it on low, and it goes for 8 hours on low. So what I'm going to do first is put the chicken in the crock pot with a half a cup of chicken broth and a packet of ranch seasoning mix. And then I'm going to let that cook all day for 8 hours, and then I'll shred it up. But I'll be back for my next step and show you what it looks like. Alright, I have everything for the first step in the crock pot, and that's 1/2 cup of chicken broth.
See, and because I've never actually cooked with crock pot, the only thing I worry about is like letting it, if I have to go to work, just letting it cook while I'm not home. I don't know how safe that is. I do have a roommate whose schedule's a little bit different than mine, so I could probably plan it so at least for the last half of it or so she'd be there just to make sure the apartment doesn't burn down. But I don't know, that's the one thing that gets me a little bit.
A packet of ranch seasoning mix and 2 pounds of chicken breast. So I'm going to put the lid on, and this is going to cook away for about 8 hours in the crock pot on low, and then we'll be back. I'll show you the next steps in a little bit. You'll probably see other things in between here, but this is just dinner prep. It's 11:13 a.m. and I'm having my first meal of the day. I had my coffee at like 8 a.m. and I sipped on it.
I've never tried that. And see, the nice thing is like when I do low carb, I still go for like the keto stuff. Excuse me. But I've never seen this. She finds a lot of things that I've never even heard of. I think she just gets them all online, but High Key I think is a brand that she's talked about before.
9:30 or so, and now I'm having something to eat. I pulled these out of the cupboard. This is what I got last time when I was doing keto, and I've just had it in there ever since. And it is really good. It's by High Key, and it's, of course, instant hot cereal. I don't know why one of them says keto instant hot cereal, and the other just says instant hot cereal. One is low carb, one is keto. I'm going to have the keto one today because this one is the one that looks really good. And I have had the cocoa almond before. The cinnamon spice I've had too, because it's open, of course. But it's okay. But I prefer the cocoa almond. And the stats are really good on this. As you can see there, there's 2 grams of carbs, 13 fat, and 8.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, net carbs mean, there are 4 things you need to look at usually when it comes to carbs. You're counting your carbs. It's, of course, the carbs, the sugars, the fiber, and the sugar alcohol. Fiber and sugar alcohol work to take from your carb count, and then carbs and sugar add to it. So 2 grams of carbs would be, let's say it had 5 grams of carbs and 3 fiber. So you take the 3 fiber from the 5 and you get 2 grams. So that's net carbs, meaning they did the math for you. So that's basically that, which is really easy once you get used to doing it.
Protein, 170 calories. This also has
it had 11 carbs, 4 fiber.
Here it has hemp seeds,
They had some
coconut
sugar
natural
too.
sweetener with erythritol, monk fruit extract, stevia extract, almonds, sunflower seeds, milk.
And this is typical for anything keto or stuff like that. You'll see like the monk fruit. I've never tried it. They sell that individually. I've never tried it. And then you have the stevia and stuff like that. And those are typical sweeteners that they put in place of, cane sugar.
Protein, isolate, flax seeds, chia seeds, cocoa powder, hydrolyzed collagen, and sea salt. So there it is. There it is in my bowl. You can definitely see the chia seeds in there. So I'm just going to give it a stir and then put it in the microwave for 2 minutes. And like I said, this is 2 servings.
Yeah, and it's so small, like you wouldn't think. I think once it cooks, it looks a little fuller, but it's just funny to me. Like, you're like, really? That's a serving?
I ended up only eating half of the keto cereal that I made. So instead of having 2 servings, I had 1 serving with 1/2 tablespoon of peanut butter.
Not bad.
It's 2:18 p.m. I'm having my next meal of the day. This is 5 servings of green olives, I'm sorry. That's 20 olives. There's 4 olives per serving. There is 3 slices of Munster cheese. And a packet of my corned beef.
I will say, like, doing low carb, it's funny to me. I don't know if it's just in my head, but so, you have a sandwich, and it includes the meat, cheese, mayo, whatever. Now, you take away the bread, and you still have the meat and the cheese. I mean, you can put mayo if you want. But without the bread, to me, it just doesn't taste as good. And that's literally all you're doing is taking away the bread. You're not altering the kind of cheese you're using or the kind of meat or anything. But I think it's in my head that it doesn't taste as good. And that's something, too, you have to fight with your mind, really, and be like, look, you're crazy. It's fine. You have to convince yourself sometimes that it's better than your mind is telling you. Okay, and those aren't glass. Well, the ones right there do look glass, though, so they might be. Sorry, I'm still obsessed with her store containers.
Stats on this is really good as well.
And I don't
this is 100 calories, 1 carb.
1 package. Okay, so that's cool. No. I usually get the ones that have multiple servings in it, like the big packages, but this is actually a good idea. You just take the package with you. There you go. It's 1 serving, so it's not too bad.
9 protein, 7 fat. So that's what I'm going to eat for lunch.
I like those
olives.
And
I'll show you an update on my chicken. It's still in there, cooking away. And that is what we're having so far, along with my 32 ounces of water. It's now 9 o'clock. We got caught up doing some things around our building, helping out, and so we didn't get done until late. Steve's having a tortilla of his. But this is delicious. I already tasted it. This is the keto cracked chicken, I believe it's called. It's what I showed you I was making this morning. It turned out amazing. There's chicken breasts and chicken broth. And then the ranch seasoning packet. And then you let that cook for 8 hours on low or 4 hours on high until it's done. Then you shred it all up. Add a bag of shredded cheddar cheese, a block of cream cheese, and some crumbled bacon. And you have, voila, that yummy goodness right there. Then I'm also going to have some Brussels sprouts on this.
And see, it's funny. I used to hate Brussels sprouts when I was a kid, but I actually like them now. With the little garlic salt, if you roast them, ooh, little olive oil and garlic salt. It's all you need. Roast those babies. They are delicious. But yeah, I mean, it sounds good. It sounds like it tastes good. The look of it, I don't know. Like, it doesn't look like it tastes good, but I know it does. Like, everything that she put in there sounds fine to me, so.
Side, I might have some. I'm thinking about having pork rinds to dip in this. No, I don't think I am. I'm just going to eat this as is. And that's going to be my dinner. Probably the last thing I eat for the evening. I will put the
Not
calories
bad.
and
That's perfect.
fat,
20 grams.
carbs, all that good stuff in
Perfect.
below here on this clip.
I don't know what her calories that she's supposed to be getting
I'm
is.
also going to have my 32
Oh,
ounces
I
of
gotta
water.
stop yawning. Why do I always yawn? It's because I'm sitting.
This is Pepsi
And I'm
bottle,
just
but
like,
this is just water.
I'll stop yawning.
Filling up. So this is 32 ounces of water. Alright. So another thing that I did yesterday, which was really encouraging, as I said, I'm starting to get my energy back. The first couple days of keto, I kind of lose energy, and I think that's pretty normal. I've heard a lot of people talk about that. You feel very tired for a couple days, and then your energy comes back, and my energy is back. So yesterday I was really willing to get up and walk. Jean has been an amazing support and an encourager for me to start walking more, and we have decided, he suggested actually, that he would use my chair and he would drive the chair down the hall and I would walk, so that when I felt like I needed to stop, that I could go ahead and stop and just sit down and rest.
I'm really glad that Jean is supporting her in that, you know, because she needs it. You need support when you're going through something like this. And, you know, I hope that she's a support for him, you know, with staying sober. It's a constant thing, and it's not like one day you're going to just stop being an addict. You're always going to be an addict. And there's always going to be this part in your mind that just says, you know, I need it. But, so it is a constant fight. And it's just nice when you have people there to help you through it.
One of the things that holds me back from walking more is the fear of falling. Even when I was working with my therapist, my physical therapist, probably over a year ago now, I guess, the thing that we talked about, and they agreed, a couple physical therapists that I saw, that I have the ability to walk. I have strength in my legs. It's just my fear that is holding me back mostly, and I need to get over that fear.
Yeah, and that's actually typical with morbidly obese people. You know, especially if you don't do a lot of walking, you have this fear that I'm so heavy, there's no way my legs can possibly support me. But, you know, you'd be surprised. You'd be very surprised. You can do it. You absolutely can. You just take it one step at a time. And it's nice, you know, at least Jean's going to be there as, like, you know, having her chair there, I think will give her the encouragement, like, if she feels like she's going to fall, here's my chair, it's right here. So it's kind of like a comfort for her. And I think that's fine, you know. Whatever helps her get going, that's what matters.
So this is going to be a great way to help me get over that fear, knowing that I have my chair there, that I can sit if I need to, and that helps me so much. He has been such an encourager. He is my biggest cheerleader, and I will never be able to say thank you to him enough for helping me and encouraging me to push forward, even when I don't want to. So I took a little clip of me walking. There's more. I'm not going to insert the whole clip. We did this 3 or 4 times yesterday, but I'll just insert one of the clips so you can see me walking and getting a little bit of exercise in for the day.
And there's a rail.
While I'm walking.
So that's good. There's a rail. See, I love this. It's funny. It's a different angle. You're not used to seeing her walking because she typically, you know, does videos like, or does it like just sitting in front of the camera talking. So she almost looks different to me because I'm like, oh yeah, that's still her. But no, I love it. That's good. I mean, just taking the first steps is really what you have to do, and eventually it's going to become so much easier. When you go down another 100 pounds, it's going to, I mean, I forget, I think it says 1 pound of weight is like 5 pounds of pressure on your knees, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be so beneficial. Walking fast. Just like me. Is my butt showing? Is my... So pull that down a little bit. Wow. She does really... Her walking looks just fine. I mean, I think that...
So I'm not going to lie. My legs are burning right now. They're still tired and sore from walking.
And so you could see once she saw someone else, she was like, oh, she kind of stopped. So I think she was a little embarrassed, but... Girl, you're doing what you need to to get healthy and lose weight, like, that's beautiful. Like, don't worry so much about what other people think. F them is what I say. Like, if they're going to be negative, that's like people who don't go to the gym because they're afraid that people, I'm like, nah. If I'm going to the gym to work out, you can say whatever you want. Yeah, I'm fat. So what? You know what? I'm here to lose weight. Kiss my butt. Like, I don't need your approval to go in and work out, you know? And that's the attitude you have to have. Like, I don't need anyone's approval but my own. I'm doing this for me. They can go F themselves.
But it's a good sore, and it makes me feel good that I have something to show for that, and I know why they're hurting. It's not hurting from inactivity. It's hurting from building muscle and moving forward with wellness in my life. Another thing that I noticed too, after I walked, I didn't get as winded as I thought I was going to get. Of course I did get winded, but not quite as bad as I thought. Also, I noticed after I exercised, after I rested for a little while, I felt more energized. Moving my body made me feel more energetic. And that's when I was able to keep walking a couple more times during the day. So everything is going really well. Tomorrow you'll see my weigh-in and how much I've lost. I kind of know the number of what I've lost because I've weighed myself 3 times. Like I said, it's going to change to daily again, but I have this past week weighed a couple times, and it's encouraging and good news. I'll just give you that little sneak peek. So there you go. That was my Monday. I will see you guys back tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow, which will be Wednesday for you, but it was my Tuesday, and you'll see my weigh-in for the week, how much I lost in the week, and we'll be putting stones in the bowl, and we'll be putting dollars in the cookie jar. I'll see you guys again. Remember, everyone, be the love, be the light, and do good things. Bye, everyone.
Okay, so I am going to react to her weigh-in next. I need to find, I think I have a pen somewhere. I wrote down hers and Amy's weights. Previously, Amy did her weigh-in, I have to rewatch it so I can remember what her new weight is because I didn't write it down. But then Jen, last time she weighed herself was at 553.4. So we will see in the next video how much she has lost. But yeah, I'm proud of her so far. I hope she keeps it up. I'm going to, you know, keep reacting. And for now, it's the 4 women I'm reacting to. Amber, Chantal, Jen, and Amy. Eventually, I might add new people. I might stop reacting. It just depends. Right now, I think the 4 is kind of what I can handle. And only if they're not posting every day. Like, Amy posts a lot. She posts every day. So then I'm like, I'll react to her. Then I'll react to, everyone else. And then I come back and she's got 3 more videos. I'm like, ah. So I gotta definitely catch up. But, yeah, I'm proud of her. Way to go, Jen. Alright, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in a bit.